about me, if you just take a look at this right now, I'm apparently Tetra McMillan's dad or his brother or his cousin. Panther people, what up? There's a wide receiver with the Carolina Panthers, not named Tetra McMillan, that's making some noise. Go on and watch the Panthers post. Thanks for joining. Well, the draft is all done. We're all hype about that. We already know how the Panthers did. A plus 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 all across the board, not just from us, but from some national medias as well. Unless you're Mel Kiper Jr. Got the schedule out, so hopefully you figured out what games you're going to, which ones you're not going to. You better not be selling your tickets to Cowboy fans. But hopefully you guys have figured that all out. Now we're not in a lull period. But now we're almost in that hurry up and wait. We hurried up to get to the draft. We hurried up and got to the schedule. And now we're just kind of waiting until training camp. Obviously, they're still waiting for a Justin Blackmon signing. There's reports that Jalen Ramsey's not wanting to return to the Miami Dolphins, or they don't want him to return to the Miami Dolphins. Is that a situation that could work out? Charlotte FC is playing. You could talk about that. The Carolina Hurricanes are playing right now to kind of fill your Carolina sports void until training camp. We've had a rookie OTA, so we saw our guys, Tetra McMillan. We saw Travis Etienne all dressed up. They were all wearing all black, the highly regarded all black Carolina Panthers uniform for their rookie card symposium / photo shoot. So they looked awesome in that, kind of visualizing what they're going to look like come game day, come week one. And so, we're kind of just chilling, kind of just hanging out, kind of picking stuff from the air, what to talk about. And one thing that I've been thinking about a lot is this wide receiver room and the competition leading up to training camp itself. I think some of the most intriguing rooms heading into training camp, which is still several months away, is the wide receiver room, is the tight end room, and the running back room. But I'm going to focus on the wide receiver room for today, and a guy that I think is going to be standing out potentially, based on what we're just hearing right now from rookie OTAs and just them doing their workouts and the hypometer right now. And not that I'm trying to temper these expectations, but I think I'm just trying to protect myself as a post-traumatic stress Panthers fan, that there's a guy in this room that I think is going to come into the league and surprise a lot of people. Or maybe not surprised because people are already talking about him, but be a contributor almost right away. And I'm not talking about Tetra McMillan. That is something I expect. I expect Tetra to seamlessly integrate with the offense, because he just, like this player I'm going to talk about, offers something a little bit different. Well, a lot different. He's tall. He's got the hops. He's got massive hands. We always talk about quarterbacks and their hands, and if you're Kenny Pickett, how tiny your hands are. Ted's got like 10+ inch hands, like massive hands. I'd prefer him make solid two-handed catches than one-handed acrobatic catches, which he loves to share on social media. Which maybe I just sound like an old guy, maybe because I'm wearing a Steve Smith jersey right now. I like the two-handed catch. I like sure-handed catches. But if you got 10+ inch hands, a one-handed catch is like some people's two-handed catch. I think he's going to be fine. I don't think in any way. I think he could touch 1,000 yards if he really wanted to, depending on what, how Bryce Young dishes the ball out there. Whether it looks like they already have that rapport, that Southern California rapport out there. His high school played Mater Dei, which is Bryce Young's old high school in Southern California, so they could hit it off pretty damn quick. I wouldn't be surprised if he is a contender for Rookie of the Year. Obviously, got Hunter Renfrow, who, judging from the couple comeback routes that the socials team has shared with us, he's still got burst. He's got burst. He's got sudden change of direction. I think he's going to be a chain mover. I don't know what else you want to call the undersized white guy. He's a chain mover. He's deceptively fast. He's more quick than fast. But he looks like he could fit in. He absolutely fits in. Adam Thielen, still doing Adam Thielen things. Looks like the dad out there just playing Sunday League, or actually just NFL League, but just playing touch football with his kids. But like just rocking and embracing the dad style. He's got the trucker hat. He's got the visor down. He's like the Vipers or whatever. He looks good. He looks great. He looks like he's having a ball. What could be his last season as a pro. I haven't seen too much of Jalen Coker. Haven't seen too much offseason stuff out of him. But I'm sure he's putting in the work, because the man's still, at the end of the day, an undrafted free agent. He's got to earn his spot. Not saying he's going to lose it, but he's got to get better. And we now know him. Like normally with undrafted free agents, especially Carolina Panther fans, we get very excited because we never really had, since Steve Smith, Mushi Muhammad, you can argue Kelvin Benjamin was explosive, but I haven't really had like a marquee, what looks like would be a number one wide receiver on all the other teams in the NFL. So we thought, okay, maybe there's some, we're like smarter than everybody else. There's some undrafted free agent out there that could take this team to the next level. And Coker actually became that. And so I think he realizes where he comes from, and I think he's only going to try to get better. But there's one guy, you probably figured it out by now, just process of elimination, who I think is going to hit the ground running and challenge a Tetra McMillan on being one of the more important guys on this offense, and that is Jimmy Horn Jr. And I think there's two sides to this. I'm going to play devil's advocate because I got time. On one side, I think he offers something different, like actually different. Like Tetra's got his size, but at the same time, he's got trouble a little bit, getting off the ball, getting separation. That's why he's like a 50-50 ball guy, because he just uses his size to just out physical dudes. But if you're going to the NFL, that's going to be a bit tough. Jimmy Horn Jr. has got a level of speed, even according to, Mike Cave and Charlotte Observer, Joe Person, guys who see him on the field, Sheena Quick, who saw him on the field. And it seems like the consensus was his 40 time, which I think was over 4.4. And I remember Xavier Leggett ran a 4.4, and he's like 230 pounds plus. It looks like, judging by his offseason, he could be touching 240. By the way, I totally forgot to mention Xavier Leggett. Like, he's, in my opinion, for now, the number one wide receiver, and I expect a massive year out of him. Because while I think he started the beginning of his rookie career absolutely amazing, didn't expect that. He had injuries, all that stuff, got the yips, it seemed like a little bit. I think once he gets healthy, it seems like he's really finding his groove, his kind of finding his voice, if you want to call that, in the National Football League. And I think he's going to be more comfortable heading into his sophomore year in the pros. I think he's going to be absolutely gangbusters. But in terms of speed on the 40 during the combine, Jimmy Horn did not test like someone who weighs, 170 pounds, 5'9", which is what he weighs. He didn't test like that. He tested like he was kind of slow, but for that size. But according to everybody else on the field that saw him during the rookie training camp, rookie OTAs, his 40 time was a lie. That he is fast. Like he's fast. Like fast, that something we have not seen on this Panthers team ever. Like, who maybe have been the fastest guy ever? Maybe Ted Ginn Jr., but he was like a galloping gazelle. Like, he had those big strides. This guy looks like a burner, maybe because he's shorter and his legs are moving faster to cover the same amount of ground someone like Ted Ginn would. But he just looks like someone that we haven't had on this team in a long time, in an era of the Kansas City Chiefs that always finds these really fast guys, jet sweeps. You got your guys out of the Eagles, DeVonta Smith, out of Alabama, skinny fast guys. Like, every team seems to have like a skinny fast guy who can get rocked in the open field, but still get back up, or just be so fast that those, the safeties who can hammer down the boom just can't lay a clean hit on them because they're just so damn fast. We haven't had somebody like that. You could say maybe in most recent memory, Amir Smith-Marset was that guy, but he's not with the Giants, not with the Panthers, whatever it was, it wasn't working out. But the way, the things that this guy could do, whether it's a jet sweep, whether he's on screen passes, just kind of taking it to the house. And he's also plays tough. Hence why I'm wearing the Steve Smith jersey. Steve Smith said Jimmy Horn Jr. is one of the best wide receivers in this class. He got picked way late in this draft. I think 6th or 7th round. And so this guy still got cut. I'm going to talk about that. But he's small, but like a DeVonta Smith out of the Eagles, he plays like he's 6'2", 230. And that's what we love. I think sports fans love, which is why I love running back so much. We love dudes who are everyday man size. So like sub 6 foot, sub 200 pounds, but give everything they got. It's almost like they're playing on our behalf. Like, they are us out there on the field. And we think in our heads, I could be that guy. Probably can't be running like a 4.3, 4.2 40. But I think some people think, okay, you know what? At least if I get out there, if I get hit, I could try to get back up, show some toughness on like these millionaires out there. So I think I think he offers that. The speed, the blazing speed, but it doesn't come at a cost. Like, he's tough as well, just judging by his tape with the University of Colorado. Again, he wasn't getting the looks that he probably should have if he was on another team, and maybe as a number one, because they had a guy named Travis Hunter on the team. He got all the looks on wide receiver. And he still produced really well in Colorado with Travis Hunter getting a majority of the balls. And number two, Shedeur Sanders, say what you want about him and his skill set. He was their quarterback, not Bryce Young. Now he's got Bryce Young. I think he's going to be he has an opportunity to get balls thrown his way while in stride. And we saw what Bryce Young, he could do that with a guy like Adam Thielen, who clearly doesn't have the wheels someone like Jimmy Horn has, or someone like, like Tetron McMillan, who just isn't as fast as Jimmy Horn Jr. He has other traits which make him superior. But imagine getting a guy who can run, most likely game speed, like a 4.3 40, and getting him the ball in full stride. No one's touching that dude. And with the toughness, if you do lay a hit on him, maybe he bounces away, maybe he jukes him out of his socks. That's a great thing to have. So I think with that, I think he brings a lot of stuff, a lot of qualities that no one else in this wide receiver room is bringing to the table right now. And everyone seems to be very excited about Jimmy Horn, which is a good thing. I think he's great with the media team. I think he's great with the coaches. The coaches are singing his praises, players are singing his praises. But you also got to remember, this is a front office staff that traded away their 7th round pick, linebacker out of Michigan, to Seattle to get Mike Jackson. They could be doing this for him too. Because remember, in training camp, you got to cut this roster down. And I've said before, this is a very competitive wide receiver room. We all thought Mushi Muhammad's son was going to make the team. He's on the team, but I think he has to designate himself from injury or something like that. Like he's barely on the team, barely. People getting a little excited about that. Bloodlines, we all love that storyline as well. I don't think that's going to pan out right now. But it is a business. And during training camp, during those preseason games, you're not just trying out for the team that you're wearing the jersey of right now, but for the ones you're playing against, the ones who are scouting you right now. So I could see them pumping up, kind of playing the game, because now we know during the offseason, Dan Morgan was playing the game. Like he was playing 5D chess. He made everybody, he and Dave Canales, who I thought was a God-fearing man, doesn't lie, especially to Kay Adams. But they made everyone think they were going defense. They made everyone think they were picking Jalen Walker. And now we know these guys are no joke. They will lie to your face. Watch out. And if they're pumping up Jimmy Horn, they can say the nicest things about him and have him play a whole bunch during the preseason and then turn it around and trade his ass to the Kansas City Chiefs for like a 4th round pick or a 3rd round pick, something like that. I'm just saying. Not only am I post-traumatic stress PTSD from the season, I have now learned a lot about these dudes. Like, we have maybe the 2 fittest and best looking GM coach tandem in the league. And it's almost like they have good looking privilege. Like, they're good looking, so they could lie to you. And even though you just found out they lied to you, they lied to your face. They lied to everybody's face. They made a fool out of you. You're gonna forgive them because they are who they are. They're the way they look. And also, you can't beat up either. They can whoop my ass with a hand tied behind their back. So they could tell me all day that they were picking defense, which we all thought they were. Literally, almost very few people had Tetron McMillan going in the 8th overall pick. Some actually had him going all the way down to like 21 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So them or even the team hyping up Jimmy Horn, while on the face of it, I think that this is a great addition to the team. In reality, I think he's a great addition to the team. I think he's do great things with the team. I think he can push Tetron McMillan as a rookie to be better every single day, every single week, every single game day. I also wouldn't be surprised if they're pumping him up so much and they look at their room, they're like, wow, we got Tet Nalo, we got XL, we got Adam Thielen, we got Jalen Coker, we got Hunter Renfrow, who I'm not saying is a world beater, but they're also pumping his content too. We got JT Sanders, we got Mitchell Evans, we got Tommy Tremble, we got Rico Dowdle, we got Chuba Hubbard, we got Etienne, and of course we got Bryce Young. Like someone's going to be the odd man out here. And I don't think it's going to be a Jalen Coker. This guy's got picked in the 6th round. He did not get picked in the 2nd or 3rd round. They traded away their 7th round pick last year for a guy who's now a starting corner. Who's to say they're not pumping this guy up and feeding, and they're going to feed on the ball once it comes to preseason to try to flip him for let's say a center or a linebacker or a safety if they don't get a Justin Blackmon or a Jalen Ramsey. That's it. So I want to make myself clear. I think he's going to be a great addition to the team if he's on the team. But we also got to remember, he is a late round pick. This is a very competitive wide receiver room. And this is a business. And our GM and our coach will gladly lie to our faces with a smile, and they could trade his ass away and try to get a player to make this team better as a whole, which in the end of the day, if that were to happen, we got to trust them. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about Jimmy Horn Jr. Are you hype about him? He's right number 15. It's kind of tainted. I don't know if I could do it. But judging by what everyone has said about me, if you just take a look at this right now, I'm apparently Tetra McMillan's dad or his brother or his cousin. I feel like if I get a jersey, it's going to have to be Tet. Nalo. Got to stop calling him Tet. Personally, I'm still on the Derek Brown. I think if I get a jersey, it's a Derek Brown jersey in black. I think that might be the move. Or maybe a black Bryce Young. We'll see. Rookie wide receivers, it's kind of testy. Either way, let me know what you think about Jimmy Horn. Let me know what you think about Tetra McMillan. Let me know what you think about the offseason thus far. Are you happy with what you've seen? The blueprint is coming out this year. That's going to be really fun. Maybe they're going to admit that they lied to everybody and just exemplify the attractive privilege that we now know that they abuse. But let me know what you guys think. Also in the comments below, what do you want to hear about during the offseason? Training camp's not for a couple months. I'm trying to line up some guests right now just to talk Panthers in general. Nothing crazy, just chat. Okay, basically having sports talk radio. Let me know what you guys think. And also, for anyone who bought the shirts, I think we sold about 10, which, hey, to me, that's pretty damn good. This is just a warm-up. I'm in the off-season, baby. This is a warm-up to the season. Once the season actually comes up, I'll get actual things set up, ready to go, and good to go for the season. I'll be in mid-season form by the beginning of the season. But everyone who did purchase a shirt, make sure you take a photo and at me, at Panthers Post #1 on X, on Twitter, whatever you want to call it. And I appreciate you guys. And I continue to appreciate you guys for all the support thus far. It's only going up, baby. Not just this channel. The Panthers first, then this channel. And we all win together. See you guys next week.